get started. You all, I'm so happy to see everyone, all the families, all the parents, all of you guys, because you're taking the next step in your chess journey. Right? Being here, you're learning from somebody who is an amazing chess player, really, really skilled. And it's fun, that's the first thing. But also you're gonna, take home from this and remember this day, and these days tomorrow too, for a long, long time. And so I have, and she's the person standing next to me is also one of my great friends. I've met her in big national tournaments, and she's going to be teaching you a lot, and working with you a lot this weekend. So, and she is from Chihuahua, Mexico, Women's International Master. And so I want you to say hello and give a warm welcome to Ivette Garcia.
So, first of all, thank you very much. Muchas gracias a todos. And I'm Ivette Garcia Morales. Actually, my name is Ivette Alejandra Garcia Morales. It's a long name, I know. And I'm very excited to be here, seriously. And thank you, Ben. Thank you for everything. You're a very good friend of mine. Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate everything. So today we're gonna have like a simul, a lesson, and also a good part is tacos lunch, Q&A. I love tacos because I'm Mexican. So muchas gracias a todos. I want to ask who speak Spanish here? Wow, muchas personas hablan español. Okay, I'm gonna try like to speak English and Spanish, and I want to mention something like it's my first like kind of like lesson presentation, everything in English. So it's like I want the phrase like is don't be afraid to try. Be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. So that's the reason I'm like trying like to speak more English and doing more like stuff in English because I want to promote more international like this passion like chess. So thank you very much for everything. And I'm going to start doing this lesson. It's about one of my best memories I have. This is a game, most significant game in my career as a chess player. It was during the World Chess Olympiad in 2012, like 13 years ago. I was like 16, 17 years. Oh, I'm 30 years. Okay. And I was part of the Olympic chess team. Who knows about the World Chess Olympiad? Okay. Oh, it's a great tournament. It's one of the best tournaments in the world because it's almost like more than 2,000 like people like playing chess. Is the USA also the chess team USA is like one of the best teams ever. It's like Caruana, Nakamura. You can see like Magnus Carlsen playing in this tournament. So it's amazing. I love World Chess Olympiad. So guess what? In 2012, I got my WIM title. And also as a Mexican team, we got also a silver medal in the section C. So it was like very like one of my, like my important games in my life. So, okay, I'm gonna show you this game. Is Ivette Alejandra Garcia Morales, and look, FIDE put Ivette Ale, because maybe they don't have more space to put Alejandra. Ivette Ale Garcia Morales against Valentina Golubenko. She's a woman grandmaster from Croatia. Okay? So let's start this game. I play d4 because I love Queen's Gambit. Who loves Queen's Gambit? Raise your hand, please. Oh, muy bien. Perfecto, Queen Gambit. Okay. So I played d4 and she played c5. And I love, like to have space. So that's the reason I played d5. And she played a d6. So this kind of opening is already like a Benoni, old Benoni defense, okay? So I'm using like chess.com because I work for chess.com, okay, and ChessKit. So that's the reason I'm using chess.com because it's the best platform in the world. Es la mejor plataforma del mundo. So I decided like to play knight c3 because in this point my plan was to play e4, f4, knight f3. I love to attack. Amo atacar. I really do. How about you? You love attack or you love like more strategic like games? Ataque. Ataque. Yes, ataque. Say it with me. Ataque. Okay. So, knight c3 and she played e6. I played e4. So I was like a bit confusing in this point because she took my pawn on d5 and I was like, I don't know, I think like in this moment this is one of the critical moments in the game because what do you think is the best move here? Mm-hmm.
Take over light, just an outpost in the middle of the board.
Wow, that's so cool. Yes, yes. Taking with the knight because I can have now, if I take with knight, I can have like an octopus knight, right? Octopus knight. Because look, this knight is amazing, right? And also, Valentina accepted an isolate structure that gave me space to play it like dynamically. So I have a space advantage in this position. So I love this knight. She played obviously knight f6 to try to try. Yes, I played bishop d5 here in this position to try to pin the knight on f6. So she played bishop e7. And what do you think is the best move here, Laura? Knight takes knight. Can be. Mm-hmm.
Bishop takes
Bishop takes knight. Knight takes bishop. Yes, that's the best move in this position because I can still like having some pressure on f6, right? With the bishop on g5, right? So, let me see. And also, as I said in this text, I removed the black's key defender, like his bishop, right? Was the bishop on e7. And this will be an easy day for her, right, in this, because I can play, the best plan here was knight e2 and then knight c3, because the plan was to put my knight on d5, right? So I played in this game like bishop b5, but remember, if you love like to play this kind of structure, like the best plan here is knight e2 and then knight c3 and try to put more pressure on d5, okay? So bishop b5, check. She blocked the check on d7. I trade the bishops and then knight e2. What do you think about this position? ¿Qué piensan sobre esta posición? Who is better? ¿Quién está mejor? Mm-hmm.
Black.
Black? No, black is Valentina, my opponent. He's white. I'm white. So say white.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think white because you can castle now.
White, yes, for sure. Because look the pawn on d6. Looks sad, right? He's very sad, this pawn. Yeah. And also, I have a lot of pressure. Like I can castle, and then I can take like knight c3, and even I can start like playing like to do some like attacking, right? Okay, so to castle. But you know, like in the old Benoni structure, it's very important like to play d5. Okay, d5. If you have a chance to play d5, try to do it. Okay, if you play Benoni, who play Benoni? No, nobody. No, nadie, nadie. Oh, qué bueno. I'm kidding. Okay, Benoni is a good defense, but no, it's not for me. So I play knight e2. So what happened if the black pieces play queen takes on e4? What happened? Is it a good move or not? What do you think? Mm-hmm. Is it a bad move?
It's about. I think it's a bad move because like white should easily attack.
Yes, I agree, yes. Because white can play, look, I can play bishop, like takes on f6, and then I can take on b6. And look what is happening in this position. I'm attacking, right? The king is on e8, and I can castle, and I can put my rook on e1 and start attacking, right? Knight c3, and this position is really, really good for white, okay? So, look, for example, rook d8, I can take on c5, and then my plan is like castle, knight c3, and in this position is not good at all for black, right? Yeah? You agree? Yes. Estamos ganando en esta posición. We're winning, okay? So, that's why it's very important, like, when you're like trying, you know, like to think about one position, okay? Think before, like, why my opponent wants to do, like, next, okay? It's very important, like, to do this question before you move. Es muy importante el pensamiento profiláctico, okay? The prophylaxis thinking, okay? So castle, and then f3. And Valentina played queen e5, okay, in this position. What do you think about queen e5?
It's not good because you could play bishop f4 and pick it up.
Wow, yes. The next move is bishop f4, and I can attack the queen on e5, and also I'm attacking the pawn. Yes, the pawn on d6.
And if you take it, you can get the rook.
Yes, true. And I'm attacking also the rook. Okay. So nice. Muy bien. Bishop f4, and then the queen takes on d2. And you know what? I was like a bit nervous in this game because I was thinking, I was like in this point, I had in my mind the silver medal for my chess team. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm winning this game, but oh my gosh, if I lost the opportunity, you know, like sometimes you're like thinking about this kind of things and you're not focused on the game. So that's the reason it's very important to work with you, like to try to think only in chess. When you're like playing like an important game, it's very important to be focused, okay, on the game. Yeah, like okay, it's like a medal, silver medal or gold medal or the titles, okay, but you need to be focused, okay, on your game. So let's go. I castle. So what happened after the castle if the black pieces play d5? What's a good move for white in this position? Yes?
You can move your
Yes, it's a good move, yes. But we have another good move. Yes.
Bishop D2.
Bishop d2, yes, to try to play bishop c3, right?
What is C1?
We have another great move.
Rook B1.
Rook d1, yes, okay. Mm-hmm.
Queen D5.
Queen d5, oh no, because the knight is protecting the pawn on d5, okay?
Pawn D5.
Yes, I can take on d5, but we have another good move here. You?
E5.
E5? E5. Yay, E5 is very good move because what happens if the knight take on E5? Yes?
Bishop takes the knight.
We have another good move. This is not a bad, it's a bad move.
Rook B1.
Yes, Rook B1. And look what is happening. The knight is hanging because I can take on E5. So that's the reason E5 was a great move if Valentina played in this moment D5. But she actually moved Rook F to D8. Obviously the plan was to push the pawn on D5, okay? So Queen D2, and this Queen D2 is an excellent move because now black can stop white from winning material because unlike playing Rook B1, I can also take on D6 and my pieces are everywhere, right? So in this moment, I remember I was like super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm winning. But be focused, Ivette, be focused, okay? So she played knight b6. And what do you think about this knight?
Not doing anything.
Yeah, it's not doing anything, yes.
And also the attack option that the arrow pointed to, at rook b1, would also get the knight. You know?
It's very important. One of the tips I can give you, guys, the knights on v6, g6, b3, and also g3 is not a good knight, okay? Those squares are not a good squares for knights. So this is a good tip. I learned like 10 years ago with a good trainer, the GM Emilio Cordova. He's from Peru. He's a grandmaster. He's living, I think, in St. Louis, Missouri. And yeah, he mentioned about knights on g3, v3, v6, and g6. Those are not good knights. Those are not good squares for knights, okay? So, rook b1, then queen a3, and bishop g5. Try to win the knight on f6. So, black has an only move in this position? Which one? ¿Qué piensan? ¿Cuál es la única jugada? The only move for black. That's my plan, yes. Muy bien. And well, yeah. Yeah, knight e7 is the only move for black to try to protect the knight on f6, okay? So that's the reason I play rook takes on b7. But actually, it's not a good move. I have another good move in this position. What do you think? Which knight is not, like, my knight on e2 is not good at all, right? He needs like action, you know? He needs to attack. So, what's the next move? Mm-hmm. 93, okay.
Knight F4.
Knight f4. Mm-hmm. But we have another good square for knight. ¿Qué otra jugada? ¿Sí, amigo? Yes?
Knight e4.
Oh, knight e4, no, because I can take the knight. C takes on d4. The c5, oh, yes, right? Okay, we knight g3. Look this knight. Wow, right? It's so good. Because I can play knight f5, and then this knight on f5. Imagine this knight on f5. It's like an octopus knight, right? So because the knight on f5 is like putting like some pressure on d6 and also on g7. And I have plans to go like take the knight on f6 and play queen g5. So it's like a kind of an amazing caballo. How can you say knight in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo? Caballo. Muy bien, caballo. Okay, but I take the pawn on b7, and I miss the knight e3. She played queen a6 in this position, and about rook taking b7, this move allows the opponent to move a queen to a more active position, because queen a6, okay? And it's like attacking the rook, and I don't know, like it's not good now. And also it's playing like knight b6, like trying to take my rook. So in this position, I played rook b2, but actually was not a good move because it's a passive move, right? I had rook b1 was a better move. Okay, so I played rook b2, and then black's move d5. Finally, d5. Finally. So she played d5, and what do you think about taking on d5? It's a good move or not? See?
It's a good move.
Yeah, it's a good move, right?
If they take with the knight, you can just take it with the queen.
Yes, that's true. Muy bien. So, she played, knight e5. And what is attacking this knight? What's the next move? It's attacking knight c4, right? And what's the name of this tactic? A fork. Right, okay. So I'm going to add another tip for you is importance about prophylaxis. Okay, what does my opponent want to do next? This is a very, very important question. Okay, what does my opponent want to do next? Knight c4. So I played in this moment knight c3 because I saw like the was a fork, right, on c4. So because if she played knight c4, what move I have?
Queen E2.
Yes, queen e2. And now the knight is pinned. Okay. So that's the reason it's very important, like you like asking, what does my opponent want to do next? Repeat with me.
Opponent want to do next?
Great. Again.
What does my opponent want to do next?
Great. So this is a prophylaxis thinking. So it's very important, guys. Okay? ¿Sí, amigos? Sí. Muy bien. So also queen d3, queen e2 is the same. Okay? So she played rook d6. So the plan was like play knight c4 now. In case I played queen e2 or d3, the rook is protecting the queen on a6. Okay? So that's the reason she played rook d6. Okay? I take the knight on f6. Rook takes on f6. And then I play rook b1 to try to attack what? Yes? The king. Yeah, but what's the next move for white?
Rook b8.
Who say rook b8? You? Rook b8. Okay, yes. And it's mate, right? So that's the reason is, what does my opponent want next? Okay. So, rook b1, and she played h6. Muy importante. Rook b8, take, and king h7. I played queen e3, like attacking c5 and also e5. She played queen d6, trying to protecting c5 and e5 knight. So, what do you think was my plan in this position? See? Excuse me? Yes, I can work like on e4, right? Knight e4. Muy bien, this is a great move. Knight e4. But I had in some points like things, I don't know, maybe taking on d5 or something like this. But I played rook b5. Rook b5 attacking the pawn on c5. Yes, on c5. And she played rook g6, like to try to do like some sacrifice on f3, like to try to attack, okay? Because this position is not good enough for black pieces. So that's the reason she was like trying, you know, like to attack, to have more dynamic pieces, okay? So I played king h1, prophylaxis move, okay? Okay, it's very important. She played pawn a6, and I played rook b7 to try to still having my rook active, okay? Queen f6, and I played knight e4, knight e4, queen h4, and it's like muy asustada. Yo estaba asustada. I was scared because I was imagining this position like, oh, maybe she's like having in this position like my taking of F3, and sometimes happen when you're like with this pressure, like in this kind of tournament, like world like events or international events or even like national events, sometimes happen like you start imagining ghosts. We say in Spanish fantasmas, when you're like just imagining, things, but it's not real, so that's the reason it's like very important to calm down, try to relax yourself and think and be focused on chess, okay? So I played rook b1 to try to defend my position, right? It's very important, okay? And then she tried to push the pawn on f5, but it was like late because in this point I can take on c5, and then I can try to attack, because the knight also, now I have a good square for the knight. Is e6, right? It's a good square. Look, this square is really nice, right? So she played knight c4, and then queen e2 is very important because if I try to play something like, I don't know, like queen e8 or something, yes? She can play like queen f2 or something like that, right? And it's dangerous. It's dangerous for a while. So that's the reason I played queen e2, trying to protect my position, and also like attacking, like kind of attacking and look the knight on c4, right? So she played knight a3, and then rook b1 to push my pawn on d5 and try to, to play like d6, d7, and d8 and try to promote this big pawn, right? So, yes?
I thought I saw something a couple moves back. Instead, it was 96. No, if you went 96, where? It's now, no, instead of the queen move, instead of the queen move, you go 96, and if they take your queen, you can go, knight f7. Oh, f8. Yeah, knight f8 check. Yes, and then when they move their king something, you can move your rook down, then move your knight away.
Yeah, but I have escaped there. Like it's king f7, king f6, and then the king is escaping. So that's the reason. That was my plan. Actually, it was something like that. This game. Look, queen e2, and then knight a3, and then rook b1. So in this point, my plan was queen e8, and then knight e6 and knight f8. So that you're right, okay? You're right. But she played a knight b5. I actually didn't understand in this point like why knight b5. Maybe because she had like a fork on c3, right? But I played this move, this very good move. What do you think about knight e6? What do you think?
It blocks the rook from the pawn and also threatens that a4.
Yes, and also I'm like doing a knight f8 is a fork, and also I can block the rook on g6, and this is a very, very nice knight, okay? So she played queen f6 to try to defend the fork on f8, and I played queen c4 in this position. She played knight c3. So I want you to think about this moment. What do you think is the best move? Rook d3.
Pawn e6.
Can we?
So it can
Another move. Ahora. Queen c8. Yes, Queen c8 is a very good move. Actually, was the best move. But I played in this moment Rook e1 because I wanted, like to play Queen c8, like and Knight f8. But in this position, the better move was Queen c8. What happened if the knight takes on d1? Caballo f8, knight f8, and then, for example, if king goes to g8. What? Knight?
97.
Yes, and then knight d7, and this position is winning, right? So I missed that chance, and I played rook e1. Oh my gosh. So, okay, I missed this chance, but let's see the game. But yeah, Queen c8 was an amazing move, right? Yes. So I played Queen c8, yeah, to keep like trying to play knight f8. She played h5, and then I played knight f8, king h6, and what's the next great move for white? I can move, yeah, the pawn, yes, but it's time to win. See? See, Bet?
I was gonna say, this was something that I think about
Yeah. Rook e6, you mean? Yeah, muy bien. Huh? Yes. Okay, yeah. The better move here is taking the rook on g6, because if she, for example, if she takes the knight on g6, what's next? Rook e6, right? And I'm winning the queen. Estoy ganando la dama. Es muy importante ganar la dama. Entonces, I take the rook here. So she played a knight d6 to try to attack my queen. So that's the reason I play first. Intermediate move. Okay? Queen h8, check. And then knight takes on g6. And what's the next move? Who else? A ver, voy a... Ben.
Oh my. Fire.
¿Cuál es la siguiente jugada? White.
They don't figure it out in 10 seconds.
Vamos, Ben. Boom.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that now.
Yes, because a pawn, right? And then when I played, imagine my feeling when I played rook e6. I was like, oh my gosh, I win this game. And she just said like, buena partida, good game. And I was super excited about everything about my team. But I'm going to read something. With this victory, I earned the title of Woman International Master during the World Chess Olympiad. So it's like it was like super important, you know, like to earn my title, but during the World Chess Olympiad, it's like, wow, I was super excited. And also, we got a silver medal for the team in the category or section C. And what a game and what a moment for us as a Mexican team. Viva Mexico. And and I remember like going out on the first thing I think and I did was look for Jorge. Jorge Cori now is my husband. Yeah, he's from Peru. He's a grandmaster, and he actually got like 2 gold medals during the World Chess Olympiad. So, and I remember like I was like looking for Jorge. Where is Jorge? You know, where is the Peruvian team, Peruano team? And he told me, "Congrats, Women International Master." And I'm like, what? And because I didn't know it. I was like only thinking about my, like the silver medal for the chess team, but I didn't know anything about the title. Because, and I say like, I didn't know what he was talking about. Then I had a call with my family, with my mom, and they explained everything to me. To this day, I think was a good idea. So for example, for my parents, for my mom, they thought like was a good idea not to tell me anything about the title. So that's a good strategy, right? So because I can imagine like the silver medal and also the title. So I think maybe sería mucho, okay, for me. So this is the game of my life. So I I was like thinking, Ben like asked me like, what do you want to do for your lesson? And I was like, I'm gonna show them like the game of my life. In this lesson, like it means a lot for me because it's my first lesson in front of many people in English. So this is the game of my life and also the lesson of my life for you. So thank you very much. Thank you. Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias.
Mentioned earlier. That I should have mentioned earlier, but better late than never. So, and I hope everyone can hear me again. But we, my organization here in Bloomington, we're called Hoosier Chess Academy. Okay, most of you will have heard that name and have been to our events before. But we do a lot of really impactful, really great community events in Bloomington, right? And doing outside of Bloomington. We do programs for kids and schools. We also have tournaments for kids and adults. We have camps that we run every summer. And so when you come to one of our HCA events, you get to move your body, you get to be interactive with your learning. You get to learn from some very skilled chess coaches, such as Coach Jimmy here, Coach Adrian, who's one of our volunteers. Of course, I can sometimes teach. But you learn from some really experienced people, and you just have a great time. You meet a bunch of new friends. So if you haven't checked us out, we're also going to be rebranding, or we have rebranded our monthly meetings with some super cool new types of events. They're called Prodigy and Training Meets, or PITS Meets. So if you tell your mom or dad or your cousin or your aunt or uncle, I want to go to a PIT meet. Try to remember that means chess. Right? Prodigy and Training. Our next one of those is going to be on September 6th. I'm going to have to repeat it, but if I have to repeat it, it's incorrect. It's always going to be the first Sunday every month. So that's how you'll remember. Okay, the first Sunday every month. And then the third Sunday every month is our chess tournaments. Those are rebranded too, and they're called the Chess Circuit. Okay, the Hoosier Chess Academy Chess Circuit. And it's cool because they're just kind of like
casual. There's no pressure. You go and you play some matches with people, right? We're going to also add unrated sections. So if you don't have a rating in U.S. chess, right, you can still play in them. You can learn a lot. And over time, the more you come to these events, the more perks you'll get, the more freebies you'll get. And of course, not including all the great stuff you'll learn, right? But the more rewards, medals, down the road, right? Award ceremonies that we'll do. So I want you all to be a part of our community, right? It makes the chess world go round in a community. So going to our events is the best way to do that.
Yeah,
The next thing, I know I'm speaking a lot, but the next thing is on October 18th, that's Saturday. October 18th, we have a chess tournament that's open to adults and kids. Mainly for kids. It's called the Paris Scholastic. But it's also open for all ages. Okay, that's going to be on Saturday, October 18th. The flyers for all ages. Okay, the last thing I want to say, parents and family members, this is for you. Okay, so listen carefully. All around the walls over here. Okay, I think there might be some on this side. Mostly on this side. All around the walls, we have QR codes set up. Okay, 2 QR codes actually. Well, 3, but 2 papers. Okay, one is plain white QR code, and that's for Ivette's offer to all of you. Yvette, does anyone remember who Ivette works for? Raise your hand. Who does Ivette work for?
Chess.com.
Chess.com, yes, oh my gosh. Who would know that you would be in the presence of a worker from Chess.com, a leader from Chess.com, let's say that. Right, a chess.com, a chesskids.com leader. So when you when you scan that QR code, she is giving you from chesskid.com. She's giving you 2 free months of Chess Kid Gold. And Ivette can explain more about how Chess Kid Gold is really important. But I mean, every single person in this room, oh my gosh. And also, you can link to parents that have accounts, and they can link to their kids as well, right? Families, whole families can have accounts. Every single person here gets a free 2-month membership. So I really don't want you to pass up on that. And then if you do that, if you do a few other things on the colorful page and scan those QR codes, you can also enter to win a free membership for a year. That's what Future Chess Academy is giving out too. That's only for one kid here, or one family. Okay? So you're not giving with my free year. Everybody can get 2 months free. You might also make free years. Are there any questions about that? Any questions? I open that this Oh, really? Oh, okay.
We're gonna have the simultaneous at 1 p.m. So, in case I'm here with me during the cycle, I'm gonna give you 1 year. Okay?
Oh yeah, that's new to me. She just whispered that in my ear, and I'm like, wow. Lucky you all, right? So, and also that reminds me, I know we're speaking a lot, but that reminds me, we still have room in the Simon. So if you have not RSVP'd yet for the Simon and want to, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, okay, today, across the room, okay, you can play, right? If you beat Coach Ivette, WIN Ivette, you can win a free year of Chess Kid Gold. So I would not pass on that. So now what we're going to do is, while you're still here, there might be seconds, just kind of one of us first. Yvette's going to do a Q&A. What's a Q&A? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, yeah. So any question you have about what she does or growing up in Chihuahua, I got to give away where she's from. She's from Mexico, Chihuahua. Any questions you have, and she will answer. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about chess. So what Ivette will do, she'll probably use the mic, and she will call on you. So you just raise your hand. to Hollywood. But I do want to make sure that it's really as quiet as possible. Because we all want to hear what the questions are, right? Even if that wasn't your question, we still want to hear it. So make sure that you're as quiet as possible. And for the younger kids, if you finish your food and you might get a little tired of sitting, right, which I completely understand, right? You can walk up and you can play little chess, you can play giant chess, as long as you're super quiet, okay? All right.
Hola, hola. So, ¿están ricos los tacos? ¿Ricos? Yeah, right? Muy rico. So we're gonna start the Q&A, okay? Raise your hand if you want to ask me something. Raise your hand. Who wants to? ¿Sí?
¿Cómo empezaste a interesarte por
Okay, tomorrow we're gonna have a presentation. The presentation is my life in chess, okay? So in this presentation, I'm gonna explain like how I involved like in chess. I started when I was 12 years old, and it was the fault of my brother because my little brother in this time he was 8 years old or 7 years old. My brother Gaspar is international arbiter from Mexico, and he started first. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this because I saw my father and my brother like playing chess in the living room. So it was like, oh my gosh, looks interesting. And yeah, so that's why I started like chess. Was my brother's fault. Yeah. Who wants to ask otra pregunta? ¿Sí? Okay. So I work for chess.com and ChessKit. Yeah, the #1 website in the world. Okay, on chess.com we have like almost like 175 million users, and on ChessKit we have 11 millions, or no, actually 12 millions now we have on ChessKit. And I started 4 years ago in this company. And I have like my professional profile. I have an MBA because I got the scholarship in my university to study an MBA. So I saw a job on chess.com and ChessKit, and I applied for this job. And I was like super excited because, it was a big challenge for me. And I wanted, as a chess player, I love chess. So I really wanted to work for a chess company, okay? But also I wanted okay, I have an MBA, I want to start working. and yeah, I applied for the job, and yeah, I'm working on chess.com, ChessKit. It's very nice company. We have, for example, I have colleagues around the world, like from Serbia, from Spain, from, Philippines, from China, from here, like US, Canada, Pakistan. It's amazing, to have colleagues around the world because it's a lot of cultures, and diversity is amazing. So diversity is amazing because you can learn a lot, So I love to work for chess.com and ChessKit. I really do. I really love. I'm very lucky to work for chess.com and ChessKit. Yeah.
What advice do you have for young chess players that you learned from your experience playing chess?
one advice I can give you is practice, like play a lot. I know it's very important, like to have lessons. For example, if you have like gold chess key membership, it's great because you can learn using chess key that you can play online. But actually, it's very important, like to play over the board. Okay, it's very important for kids. For example, under 14, practice is muy importante. It's very important. Okay, practice. I think yes.
See? What is the spiciest taco? I think Mexico loves spicy meals.
Yes. Okay, I have a good story. Okay, I used to work for the San Luis Chess Club in Missouri. Do you know about this chess club? Okay. So I had my apartment there, and I invite some friends. Like, hey, I'm like gonna have like in my apartment like a Mexican dinner. And the first like question was like, oh, it's gonna be spicy? And I'm like, of course, it's Mexican. Okay, it's Mexican food. So I remember GM Josh Friedel and also Fabiano Caruana was there, and WGM Tate Abrahamian, and a lot of friends. I'm very lucky because I have very famous chess players friends, but they are really good as a person. They are is like the most important part. They are humble. They are super nice. So I invite them, and I remember they was like, oh my gosh, habanero, you put habanero in this taco? And I was like, yes, of course. Oh my gosh, it's impossible to eat this taco. So habanero taco. Habanero is muy spicy.
Is that sauce?
Yes, it's like
Is it green?
it's a sauce. No, it's actually it's yellow. Yeah. Sí, muy peligroso. Muy peligroso. Habaneros is no buena idea. Another. Oh, see. Okay. Now I'm not an active player, chess player, but when I was an active chess player, I used to play like I don't know a lot of tournaments, like 3 tournaments per month. Yeah, so that's it was like a bit complicated for me because in this part of my life, I was playing chess, but at the same time I was like studying my university. So it's very hard like to have this balance, when you're like studying your university and also like playing chess and also like having like a personal life. You have your mom, your dad, like to share moments with them. So yeah, sometimes you need to have some, I don't know if it makes sense for you, but it's like sacrifice something. And yeah, I think I sacrifice a lot of time with my family for chess and for, to study at university. But totally worth it because now I can have a chance like to travel the world, but with my mom. So that means a lot to me. For example, the last month, I say to my mom, hey, let's go to Paris, let's go to Dubai. And it's like a kind of chance to me to say, thank you, Mom, for all you do for me. Okay? So you sacrifice in this moment a lot of stuff. Like moments with your family. But now it's like totally worth it because I can give my mom like an amazing experience, like a good chance, like, yeah, so this stuff. So totally worth it, guys.
Ivette, if you want to take a break.
I started when I was 12 years old, and I'm 30 years old. Almost. Well, actually, I learned by myself because I saw my brother and father like playing chess, and I was like super interested about it. So I asked to my computer science teacher, like, hey, do you have like a program or something like to, I want to play chess. And she was like, yeah, we have a Fritz. I remember the Fritz program, yeah. In this time was like super famous, And I was like, okay. And I learned like by myself, And I remember, I have a good story. I remember me like challenge my brother, I'm like, hermano, ¿quieres jugar? And he was like, do you play chess? And I'm like, yes, I do. and in Mexico we have a gancito. I don't know how to explain what is gancito. Some Mexican who helped me like to explain what is one gancito. It's like, I don't know, it's like
A little cake with a chocolate.
Yeah, right. So I say to my brother like, okay, let's play this game, and it's a gancito. If you won this game, if you win, I can give to you like a gancito. And if I win, you can give me a gancito. And he was like, okay. He was like super, like, quiero mi gancito. And then I won this game. I won. And my brother was like, oh, you really play chess. And my father and my mother, like, they started like to, like interview, like I had an interview, like, oh, when did you start? And who teach you? And who da. And I was like, hey, hold on. I learned by myself, like the science computer, teacher, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I started when I was 12 years old. And because, well, my brother was, yeah, he inspired me. My brother and I, we are like very close. So he inspired me to play chess. I was, I think 17. 17.
Yeah. What was your first game like?
My first game actually was against my brother. Was my first game, yes. Yeah. See? Now on Netflix, you can find a very good movie. It's Bobby Fischer. What's the name of this movie? Yes. It's really good movie, guys.
What movie is it?
It's on Netflix. It's searching for Bobby Fischer. It's really good movie. Actually, with my husband, as I told you, as I mentioned before, he's a grandmaster from Peru, and we watched together this movie, and we were like, like sharing like moments, like, oh yes, I remember me like playing like in parks chess, So yeah, this movie is really good. Yeah.
And who is your husband?
My husband is Jorge Cori. Jorge Core. Actually, he got his grandmaster title when he was 14 years old. In 14. So he was at this time the most youngest grandmaster in the world in this time when he got the GM title. So wow, it's amazing. And he's from Peru. Yeah.
How old is your husband?
The same age as me, 30 years old. Yes, we are still young. ¿Otra pregunta?
¿Cuál es su comida peruana favorita?
Ah, mi comida peruana favorita es ceviche. Amo el ceviche. Oh my God. Yo puedo comer ceviche todos los días. No, seriously. When we just like to go to see like family like twice per day per year to Peru, and it's my favorite. Like ceviche is amazing. Yeah, I love it.
I have a question.
Okay.
So you get to prepare your strategy for against a Queen's Park, but you know she's going to
Now,
win one.
also,
Oh my
for
gosh.
chess or for like.
Purchase. Okay. I love to travel. I really love to travel around the world. So I'm working for chess.com and Chess Kids, and it's one of the opportunities they give me like per year. Like I can travel around the world and promote chess and in different countries. So I have been in 37 countries around the world, and in this year, oh my gosh, I traveled like I don't know, like 2 times to no, 3 times to Europe. So the new countries I have been this year, it was Emirates and France, Spain, UK, Italy, Czech Republic. You know more than me.
I know.
Czech Republic and US, yeah. So yeah, I travel a lot, and I love to travel because I can know more about cultures, and I can meet different, like cultures and people, and I have a lot of friends around the world. So it's very nice because I have, for example, the chances like to stay with a friend in different countries. It's like, hey, I'm in Czech Republic, and it's like, oh, I have a friend in Czech Republic. So it's really nice. Yeah. Mi ciudad favorita que he visitado. No, es que Lima me gusta, pero es mucho tráfico. And I love like not big cities. I love like tiny cities, like like Bloomington. Actually, I like Bloomington because it's like my city. It's like like not that big city. And no, for example, my city is like 1 million people. So I think it's like this. It's like here, right? Like a million is here in Bloomington. Or?
200,000.
Oh, me encanta más. I love. So my favorite. Okay, let me think. I think now is Barcelona, Spain, because I have a lot of friends there, and it's a chess.com company also there. So I can work, and also I can see some friends, colleagues, and I can play chess because they have like a lot of chess, you know, like tournaments, events, and yeah. So yeah, for now it's Barcelona. Barcelona is. ¿Sí?
Mujer, ha sido difícil el camino, logrado sorprender al 90% de los participantes varones,
Yeah.
10% mujeres.
Yeah.
¿Cómo ha sido ese camino? ¿Ha sido difícil?
Yeah. So imagine that I started like 18 years ago. So imagine was very difficult. Like as a chess player, as a female chess player, was difficult to start in the world of like male world chess. You know, because 90% are like men, and only the 10% are women. But now on chess.com and also in ChessKit, we have a ton of projects like to promote female chess players. And I used to work also with Jennifer Chahade, to promote women in chess. So I'm very happy. Like now we are like having more projects. Obviously, it's a long way, yeah, to keep like promoting like women in chess. But totally worth it. Like it's a hard way for women in chess, but totally worth it. Yes. And now, like for me as a woman chess player, for me it's very important to promote women in chess and encourage, like female chess players, like to keep growing in chess. So we have a ton of projects. We have a Chess for Everyone program. So in this program on chess.com, we have women in chess. So we have different like timers, we have activities, we have lessons, and yeah. So yeah. ¿Otra pregunta? ¿No? So ChessKit is the #1 like website for kids. We have like 12 million users, and we have a lot of tools there like to teach chess. For example, we have videos, we have lessons, you can play like against kids around the world, like online, and also you can do some puzzles also. And we have like different tools like you can use as a teacher, like to keep the attention of the kids, because we have like a very dynamic videos, like not this like boring chess. No, it's like we have like a very like interactive platform for kids. And one of the best parts of ChessKit is like the safe. Okay. We have like a lot of security on ChessKit. We have, for example, even for the usernames, we have like a staff to see like usernames, to see like it's not, with double sense or this kind of stuff. So actually, if you want like more information about ChessKit, I can give you my email, and you can just send me like an email, and we can have like a Zoom call, and I can explain like to you all the platform with the tools, and also we have a curriculum. It's like a curriculum, and also we have the website, so it's very nice. Even if you're not a chess player, even if you just like love chess and you want to promote chess, you can do it because the website is really cool and we have the curriculum. Okay, so my email is, my name is Ivette, like IVETTE .Garcia @chess.com. Okay, this is my my email in case you want more information. And I can give to you 3 months, I think 3 months free gold membership.
Up it up a little bit.
A lot of chess kid memberships. Kusum is gonna be like, oh,
So they'll be asking
Ivette.
you for 3 years, you know.
Do you like to play bug house?
Oh my gosh! Yes, I love to play bug house. In case we have time, we can.
Jimmy, you should join us for dinner tonight.
Yeah, and we can play bug house. I love bug house, but I have another good story about bug house. So I mentioned like I work for the St. Louis Chess Club. So in this time I didn't know like the bug house. I was like, what is it? Like bug house. And my close friend Fabiano Caruana, he said like, oh, you don't know what is like bug house? And I'm like, no. And he was like, oh, let me teach you. And I'm like, oh, that's a good, it's a good teacher. It's a Fabiano Caruana, And I have some pictures. I can show you tomorrow, like some pictures, like me playing with Fabiano Caruana against, for example, I don't know, like Levon Aronian or this Jacques Seirawan or Robert Head. So yes, I love to play bug house, and I can say like I had a really good teacher, Fabiano Caruana teacher. Yeah. All the time when I played like a game, like a bug house game, I send like Fabiano a message like, hey, I'm playing bug house. Thank you, teacher. Yeah.
Okay, Amu, did you have a question?
Una pregunta.